Okay. Sorry. How do we intro? Welcome back. This is episode 4 of WandaVision. We interrupt this program. I saw in the thumbnail, Jimmy Woo's back. Love it. Love to see it. Hopefully, I'm okay with him being funny, but also I want him to be like, have some gravitas, some, like he gets things done, because the Jimmy Woo I know from most recently Agents of Atlas and Atlantis Attacks, he's very conniving and ruthless almost. I won't spoil things, but basically he assembles a team and kind of works from the shadows also. Very Nick Fury-esque in a way. So I'm very hopeful that they'll give him some sort of substance to deal with rather than Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he was just literally there just as a name. But yeah, very curious to see where this goes. Let's just get into the episode and find out. Oh shit, the dust, the snap, whatever.
Excuse me, they're back. They're all coming back. We don't have the capacity.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, I'm looking back.
Oh my god, I know we were Bruh, the way back when Infinity War happened, people were theorizing what happens, if you're on a plane and half the people disappear. We see the aftermath when they come back. Oh my god. I don't know if that's the actual acronym in the comics or if they changed it for the show. Because I know it has to deal with more with space and extraterrestrial threats, but this said something about sentient weapons. Okay, so Westview is an actual place? Or I thought it was just gonna be like WV because of WandaVision. But I guess they're actually using a town. Did she capture this whole fucking town? Is that what happened? Oh.
You're saying the town of Westview, New Jersey doesn't exist.
That's what I keep telling your G-man here, but he won't listen.
So she made a whole
I
fucking
see.
town. Okay.
And
Hey, Sheriff,
East-
I'll reach out if we need
The
any
east of
further
what,
assistance.
bitch?
Well, I'm from Bakersfield originally. Growing up, other kids had
that's not what we're
Michael
asking.
Jordan posters on their walls, but I had Elliot Ness.
no. I mean, why is it that you have an awareness of Westview?
So I wonder, does she have her powers?
What is it?
Or does Wanda give her powers? So after that happens, then they kind of buff up security. Hey!
We're not supposed to talk to each other.
Oh,
Boy Scout leader, got it. And you? That means whatever the threat is, Sword clearly has no idea what they're dealing with.
Chemical engineer.
No one cares.
girl. Savage. He was in Doom Patrol. That's what I was trying to recognize his face really quickly. He's bump fits, I guess. Okay.
You good to go?
Yes, sir.
It's a hazmat
These doors
suit.
will take
Okay.
you straight into town.
Okay, makes
Try
sense.
to find any who's doing that.
Is that the laugh track? Oh my god.
So you're saying the universe created a sitcom starring 2 Avengers?
Get me a transport back
There's
to
like camera
headquarters now.
angles and shit. That's weird. Those are actual people. We're gonna figure that out now? Okay, so these are actual people, it looks like. I like that they're doing this, sort of like going back to episode 2, revealing the magic behind it, but I also feel like maybe it would have been better to do this later? I don't know. Because I feel like it feels early
Monica is
to
talking
like
to Wanda.
reveal
She
the
has
curtain.
speaking part now.
She's doing it to herself.
Pop quiz 1.
Also, that's literally a jump rope. What the fuck are they? What kind of budget do they have? Jesus Christ. What happened to him, though? She just said no. What happened to him?
Heck, I thought about it for sure.
Oh my god.
Jimmy was bit of a tiny little FBI badge. Oh, you took a chip? Sure.
Jimmy! I can't stand him.
This is different.
What happened? Where'd she go?
God, not again. Oh,
Why don't you explain yourself?
How are
I don't get why Monica didn't explain herself to her. House of M, motherfuckers. Our house. His color was faded. my god.
What? What is it? What's wrong?
Is that what she's using his corpse? Bro, what happens to these neighbors if they stop? Because, okay, so she obviously ejected Monica because she wasn't playing along. So, what happened that all these other neighbors are playing along? You know, what happened to that at that point where, you know, there had to be some sort of incident where the other neighbors realized I have to play along, otherwise something happens to me. What happened to them? What happened to him? What happened to the first neighbors that rebelled? What happened to beekeeper person, hazmat suit guy? You know, they never showed that. They just said, they showed what we already knew and inferred, but they didn't show like what happened when she actually rewound time. You know, did he get ejected like Monica did? Because they didn't make a big deal about it, if so. I loved the beginning where we saw what happens after everyone returns from a snap. So like, going back to my point I was making at the beginning of the episode, there was all these theories about what happens, you know, on a plane or a hospital when half the people get snapped away from existence. People die, you know, from a surgery. People, maybe the pilot goes, the plane crashes, all that stuff. Well, the second part that I wasn't really thinking about because I was caught up in the moment. What happens when they return? So if you're in the air, you were in a plane when you got snapped. Do you get sent back into the plane, or do you get sent back in the air? You know, and if you're on a plane, there's a capacity, obviously. All these extra fatalities from the snap coming back. That's amazing that they delved into that and they gave a harsh, realistic explanation. They show up where they were. You were in the hospital when you got snapped. You're going back to the hospital. And that means capacities are overflowing. I was like honestly scared for a second of like, you know, characters being spliced together almost, kind of like Harry Potter. When you're teleporting too close to each other or whatever, you can get combined. Well, what if someone was sitting in that chair that Monica was sitting in? You know, it's lucky that there wasn't, but like, these people are reforming out of nowhere. How would that work out? I hope a part of me wants to know what happens, but also a part of me doesn't want to see it because like, I have a theory. Cool that we got introduced to Sword. Again, it's funny. I haven't seen, I mentioned this in the first episode, I haven't seen Captain Marvel or Thor, and those apparently are very big influences on this show. Obviously, Maria Rambeau, I know she was in Captain Marvel, so maybe I wouldn't know, but does she have powers? You know, did she transfer the powers? Is it hereditary? For right now, it doesn't seem like she has any powers, Monica. But maybe Wanda gives her powers by blasting her through and all that stuff, and all the electromagnetic currents and the radiation and stuff. Maybe that gives her power now. Hopefully we find out. Obviously, I hope she gets powers. I feel like the MCU might not, but also they might. I think it would be better if they do, obviously. But yeah, explaining the way through this would be a pretty simple explanation. Kat Dennings obviously back as Darcy for the Thor movies. I only say that I haven't seen Thor, the first one, because I always thought that Darcy was just like an assistant. So in that time frame, since, you know, we last saw her in Thor 2, has she gotten like a doctorate in astrophysics or something, or what? You know, what happened there? Because if not, I feel like the best person for the job would have been Jane, right? Because she was the actual scientist in charge. Give me a second. Okay, I gotta go. I was worried about that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Again, very interested to see what happens next time. And then also just Vision being dead. What the fuck? Dude, that was freaking crazy. So she's puppeteering his corpse, I guess. She's got these actual children that she made. And then also these real people that she's kidnapped hostage. Curious to see where we go from here. Again, the Hydra commercials are part of it. So how does that all work out? Stark. I know that someone pointed out that they're all related to her past. Stark, the missile was the thing that killed her parents, and then excuse me, Baron Strucker was the one that had them, the twins, and experimented on them and all that stuff. So curious to see if we're going to get more commercials. How is the show format going to change from now on? Are we going to go more like this episode was and like kind of just see the realness of it, or are we going back to sitcom land? I don't even know how many episodes this season is, so I'm very intrigued, very excited to see where we go from here. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'll see you next time.